Okay, so Dead by Daylight's killer design has been on a bit of a journey lately, with every new chapter release demanding a noticeable leap in complexity. This, in turn, has caused the learning curve to steepen and the new player experience to jump off a cliff. In the past few years alone, we've gone from stealth killers and skill shots to managing cameras, infection meters, and the 3-in-1 value meal that is sexy Colonel Sanders. Now, while I won't deny that having new shiny toys to play with is exceedingly fun as a killer main, survivors are far too often forced to bear the brunt of behavior's coked up creativity. I mean, just look at the Ghoul. Extremely fun to play as, but the only viable counterplay on release was to uninstall the game, and even as a killer player, I'm left wondering, why exactly am I spending 500 auric cells for a Legion buff? The dev team seems to be on this perpetual mission of stapling together old killer powers until they make the perfect monster. The only problem is, they already succeeded years ago. In a game inundated by needlessly complicated killers, overtuned powers, and whatever Vecna's kit is supposed to be doing this month, there stands one fugly farm boy who just revs his chainsaw and gets to work. No BS, no gimmicks, just pure, raw skill issue. Today we're talking about the Hillbilly and why he might just be Dead by Daylight's perfect killer. The Hillbilly is simplicity done right. You get a chainsaw, you point it at people, and after a few seconds of revving, they die. However, behavior left just enough janky wiggle room to allow for a surprisingly deep kit to evolve. For some inexplicable reason, the devs decided to give the Hillbilly a split-second window of free camera movement at the start of his chainsaw sprint. This brilliant accident, and no, I'm not giving behavior credit for that one, allowed for the discovery of curving! This turned what would have otherwise been a mediocre power that required the mental capacity of a spoon, I'm so sorry Bubba Mains, into one that has the potential to stay relevant at all levels of play. Put simply, the better you are at Billy, the more overpowered he looks. And what's wild is, nobody was mad about it. Well, except for behavior. Back in the dark times of 2016, Hillbilly could chainsaw endlessly. No cooldowns, no overheating, just pure pressure and glorious skill expression. He was fast, fair, and incredibly fun, which, of course, meant behavior had to nerf him. Not the oppressive Instasaw add-ons people were actually complaining about, by the way. No, just bury the killer outright, because hey, we're doing a pretty good job so far. Thus came the overheat system, which slowed him down, added needless friction, and made him absurdly punishing to play for no real reason. And I mean no real reason, as in general, survivors had no problem going up against this killer. That's unbelievably rare. Most high-tier killers are met with eye rolls and lobby dodging. Nurse, she's oppressive. The Blight, he's a pinball machine strapped to a nuclear warhead, and even the Huntress, it's fun until she nails you around a corner from 20 meters away with the hitbox the size of a Ford F-150. But the Hillbilly? Survivors like seeing him in their lobbies. There's a dance to it, a fair one. A good Billy makes you feel like you lost because they outplayed you, not because you got cheated by some jank mechanic or the Unreal Engine spaghetti code. There's tension, there's respect, and there's always a chance to dodge that lethal chainsaw sprint with a clutch spin or a well-timed pallet drop. That feeling of both sides being engaged, tested, and entertained, that's what makes the Hillbilly special. Thankfully, behavior eventually recognized their mistake, and to give credit where it's due, they turned a downside into one of the most seamless killer updates the game has ever seen. Overdrive was a damn near perfect update to the Hillbilly, allowing him to seamlessly fit into modern DBD, and as a result, he has firmly risen once again to his rightful place near the top of A tier. Is he the strongest killer in the game? No, he still gets cucked by indoor maps, and there are limitations to what you can get away with. You know, fairness. But in terms of balance, fun for both sides, the ability to master a character and be rewarded, I genuinely believe he's behavior's best work. That being said, the Hillbilly can still be a daunting killer to master. His bump mechanic, where you get stunned every time you clip a wall or object, is undeniably frustrating, and often turns people away before they ever really get the hang of him. And fair enough, there are plenty of other A-tier killers with more forgiving kits and a much lower skill floor. But here's the twist. Learning Billy isn't nearly as hard as people make it out to be, and once you start consistently hitting those curves, it becomes one of the most rewarding and satisfying experiences in all of DBD. Now, this video isn't going to be a deep dive tutorial. There are plenty of other fantastic creators who are far more qualified to do so. What I can give you, though, is a build that makes the learning curve feel a little less like a brick wall, allowing you just enough leeway to suck while still letting you have fun. Oh, and if you're on mouse and keyboard and haven't done this yet, please bide your turning keys to Q and E. Trust me, it'll completely change the way you curve and save you from those tragic moments where your chainsaw veers you off into Narnia for no apparent reason. The core of this build revolves around the freshly buffed Dragon's Grip and its unique synergy with Overcharge. For those of you who skipped the patch notes and went straight to bullying behavior on Twitter, this perk essentially traps a generator for 30 seconds, and the next survivor to touch it is going to become exposed for 60 seconds. Overcharge synergizes exceptionally well with this because a survivor's instinct when becoming exposed is to run, which in turn makes that difficult Overcharge skill check that much more tricky to hit. If a survivor instead tries to wait out Dragon's Grip, they now have to deal with increased regression on their gens, so either way, this is a win for us. Next, we're going to need an info perk to start bringing this build together, and honestly, it has to be Barbecue and Chili. This perk synergizes so well with Billy's high mobility playstyle, minimizing downtime so that you're almost always in chase, which in turn leads to you getting more chainsaw practice in. Finally, we're going to be running the true staple of all Billy players. Even a powerhouse like Billy has his weak spots. Strong windows and structures like Shack can seriously neuter the threat that your chainsaw presents. In addition, if used correctly, Bamboozle becomes a nasty zoning tool that forces survivors to make bad decisions, and the Hillbilly thrives off of poor positioning mistakes. In all honesty, this isn't some insane hyped up YouTuber build. It's consistent, clean, and all about embracing what Billy does best. High mobility, map pressure, and lethality. It's also designed to give you just enough wiggle room to make some mistakes. Right here, ladies and gentlemen, we can see the native fauna of the entity's realm, Flashlighticus deathicus. This is going to be very fun. Or miserable. Miserable is also an option. Pale Rose. Okay. There is some jank on this map due to the terrain difference, where you can actively counter Billy's chainsaw by crouching, and these survivors might know exactly how to exploit that, so let's hope that they don't. We are foregoing Bamboozle in favor of running Lightborn in this game, which will hopefully help us out. We are also trying to use Dragon's Grip a little bit more this match, if we can, so we've brought the Thompson's mix in, which lets us be actionable after our chainsaw sprint a little bit faster, which we'll see if that makes that much of a difference. I would actually go for low pro chains right now. We could definitely curve this structure. I think maybe we just need overdrive. As well as the spiked boots for a little bit more curving. Nice! I think maybe a spike boost wiggle helped us out there a little bit. I don't want to give away Lightborn just yet if I don't have to, you know? Lightborn is stronger when survivors don't actually know what that it's in play. So we're going to do our best to kind of conceal that. Two survivors over there in this corner gen. They brought in two concealed offerings, so I'm worried about a shroud, but it doesn't look like that's in play. Laura. Okay, we have two survivors on this gen. We're going to commit to one, but we are going to apply Dragon's Grip and Overcharge here. There we go, that's the ace. Remember, he is at Shack, and we don't have Bamboozle. We want to be very careful. I'm going to try and cut him off. Prevent him from getting back to Shack. He does make it back to Shack. He's pre-running that. Thompson's mix is going to help us to be a little bit more action. Now, we don't have Bamboozle, but we are still going to fake this. Or try to make a bit of a mind game happen. Yeah, he's going to give us this pallet for free very early. Fake the chainsaw. Nice, good double back, and we get the ace here. Lovely! Dragon's Grip value! We talked about this in the other game. Dragon's Grip is better utilized when there are multiple survivors on a single generator, because you can commit to one, and the second the other one goes back to touch the gen, you can just turn around and be like, nah. Value. Multiple survivors working on this gen here. Or is it just the one? Which direction, ace? Ho ho ho! Oh, I gave you a haircut, sexy man! Ooh, that was a bit scuffed, my man. I'm afraid. She's coming for the flashlight save. Should we let her have it? They might do this. I'm actually going to go pick up here. Nice. Background player. No, just flashing at the back of my head. Oh, please. And she misses the overcharge skill check. Oh, my life. Can we see her where she's running? She's probably going to be running far away from me. Not nearly far enough, I'm afraid. She's going to run onto the Pale Rose itself. This lovely, lovely boat. Dragon's Grip value? Question mark? We have a laggy killer and a survivor with
red ping. I'm gonna give the ace with red ping a bit of a break right now, because he's not gonna be having a fun gaming experience. I'm actually gonna make the assumption that he's a fellow South African, so we're gonna leave him alone the best we can, chat. Oh, please, can we get this? Oh, please, can we get this? No! Hello, other ace. Other ace with a very good ping. Gonna flutter my chainsaw here a little bit and see if I can get this mind game. This is not a structure you can see me around. On what? This little curve, this little tiny box. I've been fucked by Tiny Tim. If you get that reference, you're a YouTube OG. Ah! Codswallop. Got him eventually. Like, once you get used to the way Billy's chainsaw feels when it curves, you'll start being able to maximize how often and how well you can use that curve. For now, though, if you are starting out, very much recommend you just go for the 90s. They're gonna get you there. Like, just do 90-degree angle turns. Get used to how your chainsaw curve feels in that situation. Try to get as much control going out of it as possible. That's the ace we're gonna leave. He's fine. He's a homie. He's a Chad. Oh, Laura. Oh, Laura. Oh, honey. Oh, there's nothing for you here. Ooh! If that had hit. If that had hit. I don't think I can actually curve this here. Nope. Finessed gameplay. Gonna use our swing to get down here a little bit faster. She's staying downstairs. And I think we can actually curve this. Yep. Just about. Spiked boots does help you curve on these kind of rounded structures a little bit more. Steering add-ons are always going to make your chainsaw feel a lot more accessible. They give you some, excuse the pun, wiggle room. You know, I brought Lightborn, and only the Ada has had the balls to try and flashlight me so far. Which is funny, because she doesn't actually have those. This is just overcharge. I'm not really worried about Dragon Script in this one. I just want to get overcharge on these gens so I can get them regressing. Oh, you poor sod. You poor fool. Alright, so, Thompson's Mix is not applied while we're in overcharge. So we don't get that much value out of it, but now if I'm just going to basically try and catch him as he drops his pallet. I would have appreciated the Hunter Stun, but we do block him from getting to the pallet. We zone him quite well. Yes. I don't trust that haircut, Ace. No. I am invulnerable! Come here, Laura! Oh, some value. Watch this. Lightborn value! Oh, shame. I'm pretty sure the survivors are kind of donezo with this one. The power of Billy, chat. The power of Billy. Power of Billy, Dragon Script, and Lightborn. No, you're still hittable, bud. Your free time is over. Let's find the Ada Wong. Bitch is hiding. And we'll still get that curved! Spike boots, baby! I will give you a cinematic death. Oh man, what a fucking game. So, another thing about Thompson's Mix, we get full movement speed way faster, right? So 10% is 10%, it's not that much. What a fucking game, man. Lightborn value, chat. Oh, I love Dead by Daylight. Bugs and shitty developers are all... I mean, okay, to be fair, behavior maybe not that shitty, alright? I've had worse developers. I played Paladins. Oh, they're too cute. She gave me her flashlight. Lara, best girl. How do you like it? Yes! Vengeance! Comic justice! Oh, Billy has some of the funniest games possible, man. Never change, Dead by Daylight. Only improve. Lara Croft, ladies and gentlemen. Best girl. Go follow my Twitch. I don't think we had Dragon Script this entire game. These survivors have been... let's say not of the finest quality. Am I tripping? Oh, yeah. Sus stuff is just about to start happening. Chat, we may have a very interesting game on our hands. Okay, in that case, I don't want to let these gens go for free. Because if she is hacking, we need to watch our gens like a fucking hawk. Alright, let's pop this and then we go. I have no intention of sitting here and waiting to find out if this person is the one in trouble. I need to go find something else to do. Not active on this gen yet. There you go. There's the Yui. And she misses the overcharge because she gets up and away from the gen because she's pre-running us. Hell yeah. We definitely catch this. 1,000,000%. She's zoned herself out to the side of the map. Doubling back. We get a free hit here. Nice. Huge. I think maybe that is actually the Meg. How the fuck did you get up there? Can we even see her? Where is she? I'm confused. How? She's not up here. She's on the roof. Come down, coward! Fight me like a woman! Is there a bug in the game that I'm not aware of, or is she just genuinely being a bitch? Amazing game. 10 out of 10 quality. Would play again. Alright, let's just back rev the Felix. Oh, we did the perfect drift! So, we kept our forward momentum on the drop down, and then the second we touched the ground, we were perfectly angled at the Soma from turning our camera. Alright, she is gone now. Probably somewhere in this area. I don't see her on the roof anymore. There you are. Alright, you're gonna show us your hacks? She's definitely gaining on me. Oh, there you go. There's the speeds. Can we still down her, I wonder? No, she's just gonna leave the map. Coward! I'm very determined to find this, this fucking hatch. I'm pretty sure it's like here. Because there's a hidden offering, which is actually from the Meg Thomas. So, I'm just gonna stand here and wait. The worst part about this is that she's not using hacks to fuck around and, like, make fun or, like, she's actually trying to win, which is the saddest part about hackers. Like, when you're trying to win via hacks, that's kind of sad, dude. It's Dead by Daylight. Nobody cares. Once again, it's just letting your ego get out of hand. She doesn't deserve that, bro. Well, at least this is actually caught in 4K. Okay, so this match specifically, I want to focus on... Actually, this is a really terrible map. Let's be real. This is killer side as fuck. This map, I want to focus specifically on utilizing Dragon's Grip and focusing on getting those M1 hits. So we've actually brought in the Thompson mix, which should allow us to use our M1 immediately after a chainsaw. The Thompson mix basically just gives us 10% more cooldown. Nice. Early down. Thank you, Colette. Sorry, I was focused there for a moment. It basically gives us a 10% faster cooldown after using our chainsaw, which essentially just translates in us being able to swing faster. And if our build relies heavily on M1ing, that's a good plan. We're also running the spike boots in case you haven't noticed, which gives us even more turning radius. Better than Dad's boots. I never needed Dad anyway. Oh, you don't want to do this, darling. Oh, never mind. I suck. Unfortunately, no more low kickback chains. Which does make me very sad. Are you gonna stay here? No, you're gonna be stupid and very, very silly. And you're gonna die. Ugh, I love survivors with flashlights. Always so fun to deal with them. Alright, Dragon's Grip is worn off on that gen, but overcharge is still applied. We need to be aware of that. I think this is the one that Claudette was working on. We don't have Dragon's Grip active right now, so this is kind of free to apply overcharge. Remember, once Dragon's Grip is up, we want to be a little bit more tactful in how we use it. Do you like my car? There's that Thompson mix letting us be actionable a little bit faster. Remember, actionable a little bit faster means that we gain full movement speed faster as well. So, that's an important thing to note. Now, you can make your... oh, hello. You can make your stun duration short enough. How are we going to do this? I'm getting interrupted by playing this. I am trying to mind game Shaq right now. It is a bit of a challenge. She is playing this well. Let me just actually block off Shaq really, really quickly. See if I can play this a little easier. Nice. We can get this curve quite nicely now if she doesn't play this bad. Well, and we just about get it with the edge of the hitbox there. Lovely. So, Shaq is a very playable structure for Billy. So if you ever get the opportunity to play this, it is absolutely fantastic. On Rotten Fields, the only place the basement can spawn is down here. So yeah, this map is not very, very good. What I was saying about low kickback chains and the steel-toed boots, if you run both of them together, that is the fastest you can become actionable after chainsawing, but you are completely standstill while it is happening. So it's not really advisable. I have tested it, it's not great. Ah! That was close, man. That was so close. Ooh, actually, she's playing it well. We're just gonna feather our chainsaw a little bit here. Where did she go? She's run off with my heart. Yeah, she's gone. I'm not going to waste my time looking for it. Let's let her get away. So one of the reasons this map is so bad, I actually did a map tier list on stream a couple days ago. It was very fun. You should watch the stream, by the way. Is that this map is connected very poorly to the main structure, that being Shack. And the loops that do surround it all kind of chain one into the other and are quite often, more often than not, pallet loops. Which means that once the pallet is gone, those loops are utterly terrible and extremely unplayable. Meaning that whilst it is a good idea for maps to become stronger for Killer over the course of a match, as survivors expend their resources, it's drastically the case for this map. Just gonna eat this pallet stun here. No. No. Survivors ever doing this, just break the pallet like that. They can't actually flashlight you. This is a bit greedy. But don't worry, she's not very good at the game. We're still kind of losing this. So, you'll notice that these like weird janky maps like this where survivors don't have a lot of resources to play with, it's always a race, right? It is a contest of can the survivors do all the gens before I exhaust all of their resources. I was trying to do a backwards look here. I'm actually just gonna do something funny here. I'm ignoring this. She's gonna immediately go back and touch this gen. Watch. 3, 2, 1. Come here, Nia! That's not even a Nia, it's a Fung. Why are you Nia-shaped? If not Nia, it's not even Fung! It's Yui! If not Nia, why Nia-shaped? You could bait people so hard with this perk, it makes me so happy. Oh, we don't like that. There's 3 people working on that gen. Yeah, they are racing through this match. Can we interrupt? Can we find anyone? Dad, where are you? Hello. Side of the map. Edge, here. Hello. No sprint burst. Nice. There you go. So, I don't know if I talked about this in the last game, because I don't know which game I'm going to use, but Billy can't... It's not just 90s that you could do with Billy, by the way. You can do full 180s with Billy if you immediately start steering as soon as your chainsaw sprint starts, right? Because you have a... I don't think it's a full 1 second, but you have a duration of time that you can turn for. It is not based on your turn angle, it is time-based. So, however long you're steering for, that's how long you can get away from it. Oh, please. Thank you. You daft idiot. Who is this? It's the fucking... It's the Yui. The Yui actually counterplayed our Dragon's Grip by picking up the stun. I haven't missed an overcharge, don't gonna see it. If you try, I will kill you. Okay, we need to be very, very efficient right now. That side, that was kicked with overcharge. I do want to pressure this Yui because I don't want it to touch this gen. Are you still, like, around here? I don't know where she is, but I don't have time to sit here and look. Thankfully, we are running spike boots and this is a very open map, so we don't have to worry about map traversal. What we will have to worry about is just how much time we have. Or in this case, how little time. Need to check this gen, that side. And then we're going to curve all the way back around there. I have a feeling this Yui is very competent. Which means that she may just elect to ignore healing right now, which is a smart play for the survivors. I'm a chainsaw killer. I'm a demon. Ah! Gonna reapply Dragon's Grip and overcharge here. We don't see any other activity or hear any other activity on the other gens. Who is this? This is the Yui? Commit to this down right now. I'm gonna eat a chainsaw here. Or I'm gonna eat a pallet. Never mind. She baits it. We immediately go for this. Fantastic. We need to hook her very rapidly. I would kill her with the Mori, but unfortunately I need the barbecue and chili to find where the rest of the survivors are. The one thing I don't like about the cold wind maps is that aura reading is very hard. Never mind, I can see them. But you know what I mean? The map is very orange. If you're colorblind, you're gonna hate this map. Oh, honey. Oh, honey, no. Hang on, I don't have Dragon's Grip up, so I can't apply it to this. But I can back rev you. No shame in the back rev in drastic situations. I don't know where the Sable is. Do we have a suspicion that the Sable is underground? I need to pick this. We're back in control of this game. Survivors have exhausted their resources, and that's the unfortunate thing about this map. Even though they got down to 1 gen, they have pretty much nothing to play around anymore. There's some overcharge value coming off. You have to abandon that gen at this point in time, because not only do you lose 14%, I get a loud noise notification, meaning that it's dual purpose. We have Dragon's Grip available. Let's try and make a curve happen here. Unlucky. I could have started turning there a little earlier. This is a mistake. Zoning! I missed! Ignore this. Oh, that was a merciless back rev. I think we can actually go for the kill here. Yeah, why not? Cinema! I have come to bring milk and pain. All parts of a balanced diet. Do you like my car? I'm so crazy, I'm so crazy. Driving in my car right after a beer. Hey, that sable is shaped like a deer. Nice, let's turn. Oh, it would be so fun though. Alright, well we hear the she ended up getting hatched anyway, but yeah, that was a pretty good game, I'd say. Unfortunately, that is a very killer-sided map, and hopefully my explanation of why it's killer-sided made sense, but I think that that's a good fucking game, and we're gonna take that.